Question 1. What is the most important hand signal that the driver and helper must agree upon before backing a commercial vehicle? Option A. The signal for turn left. Option B. The signal for stop. Option C. The signal for slow down. The correct answer is B. The signal for stop. Coordinating with a spotter to back into a tight dock, both individuals must absolutely understand the exact hand signal to stop immediately. Question 2. How much tread depth is required on non-front tires, e.g., drive or trailer tires? Option A. 4/32 inch. Option B. 2/32 inch. Option C. 1/32 inch. The correct answer is B. 2/32 inch. Inspecting the drive axles before departure ensures that every major groove on the rear tires possesses at least a minimum of 2/32 inch of tread depth. Question 3. Get ready. This one requires your full focus. Where should the rearmost warning triangle be placed if your line of sight is obstructed by a hill or curve? Option A. Move it back down the road to a point providing warning within 100 to 500 feet. Option B. Place it at the exact crest of the hill. Option C. Keep it strictly at the 100-foot mark regardless of visibility. The correct answer is A. Move it back down the road to a point providing warning within 100 to 500 feet. Stalling near a blind curve requires moving the farthest warning triangle back 100 to 500 feet down the road to ensure approaching drivers have adequate warning. Question 4. How many red reflective warning triangles must a driver carry in their vehicle? Option A. 3 triangles. Option B. 2 triangles. Option C. 4 triangles. The correct answer is A. 3 triangles. Mandatory emergency equipment must include at least 3 reflective triangles to place in front and behind a broken-down vehicle. Question 5. Heads up. This is one of the hardest questions on the test. How do hands-free communication devices compare to handheld devices regarding distraction? Option A. They are much safer and eliminate mental distraction. Option B. They are no less likely to cause you to become distracted. Option C. They are only distracting at speeds over 55 miles per hour. The correct answer is B. They are no less likely to cause you to become distracted. Utilizing a Bluetooth headset to conduct a phone call still dangerously diverts your mental attention from the driving task, making it just as distracting as holding the phone. Question 6. Be careful here. This is a very challenging question. What must you do to regain control during a front-wheel skid? Option A. Accelerate suddenly to gain momentum. Option B. Let off the accelerator and brakes to allow the wheels to turn freely. Option C. Press the brake pedal as hard as possible to stop the vehicle. The correct answer is B. Let off the accelerator and brakes to allow the wheels to turn freely. Losing steering control due to a front wheel skid on ice can only be recovered by releasing both the gas and brake pedals so the vehicle slows naturally. Question 7. How should you handle driving behind a snowplow or salt/sand truck? Option A. Honk your horn and pass it quickly. Option B. Give them plenty of room and stay far behind to allow them to work safely. Option C. Tailgate them to take advantage of the cleared path. The correct answer is B. Give them plenty of room and stay far behind to allow them to work safely. Trailing winter maintenance equipment is dangerous. You must fall back to avoid flying salt and give them ample operating space. Question 8. Watch out for the tricky wording, it's a trap. What specific form must be completed to self-certify the type of commercial operation a driver expects to operate? Option A. The SR1 form. Option B. The Medical Examination Report, MR. Option C. The DL44C/EDL44C form. The correct answer is C. The DL44C/EDL44C form. Starting the initial CDL process requires providing a completed DL44C/EDL44C form, which is used for the application and self-certification. Question 9. This question is designed to confuse you. Stay sharp. What is the average reaction time for an alert driver to physically apply the brakes after recognizing a hazard? Option A. 1/4 to 1/2 second. Option B. 3/4 to 1 full second. Option C. 2 seconds. The correct answer is B. 3/4 to 1 full second. Spotting a sudden obstacle, a fully alert driver's brain and body take about 3/4 to 1 second before the foot actually presses the brake pedal. Question 10. Why should you avoid backing a commercial vehicle whenever possible? Option A. Because you cannot see everything behind your vehicle. Option B. Because it wastes fuel. Option C. Because it causes excessive tire wear. The correct answer is A. Because you cannot see everything behind your vehicle. Approaching a delivery dock requires extreme caution because a driver cannot see everything behind the rig, making backing inherently dangerous. Question 11. What color must the clearance and identification lights be on the rear of a commercial vehicle? Option A. Amber. Option B. White. Option C. Red. The correct answer is C. Red. Walking around the back of the trailer during a pre-trip inspection, a driver must verify that all high-mounted clearance lights are a clear red color. Question 12. What should happen to the ABS indicator light when you start the engine? Option A. It flashes repeatedly. Option B. It stays on constantly. Option C. It comes on and then turns off. The correct answer is C. It comes on and then turns off. Turning the key in the ignition triggers the ABS light, which should briefly illuminate on the dash and then turn off to indicate proper function. Question 13. At what blood alcohol concentration, BAC, level will a commercial driver lose their driving privileges? Option A. 0.08%. Option B. 0.04%. Option C. 0.02%. The correct answer is B. 0.04%. Operating a commercial vehicle with a BAC at or above 0.04% is a crime and leads to an immediate suspension of your CDL. Question 14. What is controlled braking? Option A. Pumping the brake pedal rapidly. Option B. Applying the brakes as hard as you can without locking the wheels. Option C. Using only the trailer hand valve to stop. The correct answer is B. Applying the brakes as hard as you can without locking the wheels. Stopping quickly without swerving relies on controlled braking, where the pedal is pressed firmly just short of the point where the wheels would lock up. Question 15. Careful driver. This is a classic trap. During a walk-around inspection, what color should the clearance lights be at the rear of the vehicle? Option A. Amber. Option B. White. Option C. Red. The correct answer is C. Red. Walking behind the trailer during a pre-trip inspection, a driver must verify that all rear clearance and identification lights are functioning and emit a red color. Question 16. Heads up. This is one of the hardest questions on the test. When inspecting cargo securement on a trip, what is the required interval for truck tractors? Option A. Within the first 50 miles, and every 150 miles or 3 hours after. Option B. Every 100 miles or 2 hours, whichever comes first. Option C. Only at the beginning and end of the shift. The correct answer is A. Within the first 50 miles, and every 150 miles or 3 hours after. Hauling a heavy flatbed load dictates the driver physically inspects the chains or straps within the first 50 miles, and then every 150 miles or 3 hours thereafter. Question 17. What is the primary purpose of downshifting before entering a curve? Option A. It allows you to use some power through the curve to maintain stability. Option B. It saves fuel while coasting through the apex. Option C. It keeps the brake drums from overheating during the turn. The correct answer is A. It allows you to use some power through the curve to maintain stability. Approaching a sharp highway curve requires downshifting beforehand so the driver can apply slight power to keep the vehicle stable throughout the turn. Question 18. What are the specific exceptions to the California law prohibiting materials from spilling, dropping, or escaping from a vehicle? Option A. Gravel and dry dirt. Option B. Clear water or feathers from live birds. Option C. Sand and agricultural feed. The correct answer is B. Clear water or feathers from live birds. Transporting certain unique loads is covered by an exception, which legally allows clear water or feathers from live birds to escape the vehicle. Question 19. Watch out for the tricky wording, it's a trap. Why do bridge formulas permit less maximum axle weight for axles that are closer together? Option A. To increase the stopping distance of the vehicle. Option B. To encourage drivers to use secondary roads instead of highways. Option C. To prevent overloading bridges and roadways. The correct answer is C. To prevent overloading bridges and roadways. Navigating an older highway structure requires adherence to bridge formulas, which permit less weight for closely spaced axles to prevent overloading bridges and roadways. Question 20. If a driver willfully or negligently damages a street, what might their financial liability include beyond road repair? Option A. The cost of upgrading the damaged facility to modern standards. Option B. Compensating nearby businesses for lost traffic. Option C. The cost of removing debris from the roadway. The correct answer is C. The cost of removing debris from the roadway. Spilling a heavy load that breaks a guardrail means the driver is liable for repairs, which may also include the cost of removing debris from the roadway. Question 21. Beware of the hidden trick in this next question. What specific restriction code is added to a CDL if the applicant performs the skills test in a vehicle with an automatic transmission? Option A. Restriction, L. Option B. Restriction, E. Option C. Restriction, O. The correct answer is B. Restriction, E. Passing your road test in an automatic means DMV must indicate on the CDL, using restriction, E, that the person is restricted from operating a CMV with a manual transmission. Question 22. What is the most common cause of a frontwheel skid? Option A. Underinflated rear tires. Option B. Driving too fast for conditions. Option C. Applying the engine brake too hard. The correct answer is B. Driving too fast for conditions. Losing front steering control on a curve is almost always the result of a front-wheel skid caused by the driver traveling too fast for the wet or icy conditions. Question 23. How much time does it take for a typical tractor-trailer unit to clear a single railroad track? Option A. 10 seconds. Option B. 8 seconds. Option C. At least 14 seconds. The correct answer is C. At least 14 seconds. Judging the gap before crossing a track, a driver must remember that the entire rig needs a minimum of 14 seconds to clear safely. Question 24. This one tries to trick you. Listen closely. Why is it crucial to regularly look at your cargo covers in the mirrors while driving? Option A. To ensure the color of the tarp hasn't faded in the sun. Option B. A flapping cover can tear loose, uncovering cargo and blocking your view. Option C. To check if the trailer's aerodynamic drag is increasing. The correct answer is B. A flapping cover can tear loose, uncovering cargo and blocking your view. Cruising down a windy highway requires mirror checks because a flapping cover can tear loose and possibly block your view or someone else's. Question 25. Focus up. This is a complex scenario. When driving in very hot weather, how often should you inspect the tires? Option A. Every 2 hours or every 100 miles. Option B. Every 4 hours or every 200 miles. Option C. Only at the beginning and end of the trip. The correct answer is A. Every 2 hours or every 100 miles. Crossing a scorching desert highway mandates checking the tire pressure and heat levels every 2 hours or 100 miles to prevent sudden blowouts or fires. Question 26. Be careful here. This is a very challenging question. What is the average perception time for an alert driver in ideal conditions? Option A. 7/4 seconds. Option B. 3/4 of a second. Option C. 3/2 seconds. The correct answer is A. 7/4 seconds. Spotting a deer on the highway takes an average alert driver about 1 3/4 seconds just to process the visual information before their brain triggers a physical reaction. Question 27. Listen carefully. This is an advanced level question. What should the engine oil pressure be at normal operating temperature? Option A. 5 to 20 psi. Option B. 100 to 120 psi. Option C. 35 to 75 psi. The correct answer is C. 35 to 75 psi. Monitoring the dashboard gauges while driving requires knowing that the oil pressure should be at 35 to 75 psi to ensure proper lubrication. Question 28. According to California speed limits, what is the maximum speed for a truck tractor having 3 or more axles? Option A. 65 miles per hour on interstates. Option B. 55 miles per hour. Option C. 70 miles per hour where posted. The correct answer is B. 55 miles per hour. Driving your big rig down the I-5 5 freeway means you must adhere to the rule that the maximum speed limit in California is 55 miles per hour for a truck having 3 or more axles. Question 29. Pay close attention to the details on this next one. What is the number one cause of injury and death in roadway work zones? Option A. Careless workers crossing the road. Option B. Construction equipment blocking traffic. Option C. Speeding traffic. The correct answer is C. Speeding traffic. Ignoring reduced speed limit signs in a construction zone is deadly, as speeding traffic is statistically the leading cause of work zone fatalities. Question 30. This next question is tough. Stay focused. Which of the following is an exception to the strict requirements for covering aggregate material and preventing spills? Option A. Vehicles carrying wet, waste fruit, or vegetable matter. Option B. Vehicles carrying crushed concrete blocks. Option C. Vehicles transporting fine sand over short distances. The correct answer is A. Vehicles carrying wet, waste fruit, or vegetable matter. Delivering refuse from an orchard bypasses certain aggregate rules, as the CVC Section 23114 requirements do not apply to vehicles carrying wet, waste fruit, or vegetable matter. Question 31. What is bleeding tar? Option A. Oil leaking from the engine block onto the pavement. Option B. Tar in the road pavement that rises to the surface in hot weather, making it slippery. Option C. Fresh asphalt that has not cured yet. The correct answer is B. Tar in the road pavement that rises to the surface in hot weather, making it slippery. Navigating a newly paved road on a 100-degree day requires extreme caution, as the heat pulls tar to the surface, creating slick, hazardous driving conditions. Question 32. According to regulations, when must a driver perform the first inspection of their cargo securement after starting a trip? Option A. Within the first 50 miles. Option B. After 3 hours of continuous driving. Option C. At the first rest stop regardless of distance. The correct answer is A. Within the first 50 miles. Hauling heavy freight requires stopping to physically inspect tie-downs and straps within the first 50 miles to prevent shifting. Question 33. Why is it important to check the battery box during an inspection? Option A. To ensure the battery is secured against movement and not leaking. Option B. To check the serial number against the registration. Option C. To measure the exact voltage output with a multimeter. The correct answer is A. To ensure the battery is secured against movement and not leaking. Looking at the battery compartment ensures the heavy batteries are firmly strapped down to prevent internal movement and that there are no dangerous acid leaks. Question 34. Don't let the wording trick you on this one. How much space should a driver of a 60-foot rig leave in front of them when traveling at 50 miles per hour? Option A. 6 seconds. Option B. 8 seconds. Option C. 7 seconds. The correct answer is C. 7 seconds. Cruising at 50 miles per hour in a 60-foot truck requires 6 seconds for the length, plus 1 additional second for traveling over 40 miles per hour, totaling 7 seconds of space. Question 35. What is the main purpose of auxiliary transmissions or multi-speed rear axles? Option A. To save electrical power for the vehicle. Option B. To provide extra gears for increased pulling power. Option C. To automatically shift gears when going downhill. The correct answer is B. To provide extra gears for increased pulling power. Operating an oversized load, a driver engages the auxiliary transmission to access lower gear ratios, providing the massive torque needed to climb steep hills. Question 36. This one tries to trick you. Listen closely. According to research, how much does texting while driving increase the risk of being involved in a safety-critical event? Option A. 10 times. Option B. 6 times. Option C. 23.2 times. The correct answer is C. 23.2 times. Processing text messages on the highway causes severe physical and mental distraction, skyrocketing the crash risk by 23.2 times. Question 37. Be careful here. This is a very challenging question. During proper mountain braking technique, how much should you reduce your speed before releasing the brakes? Option A. 10 miles per hour below your safe speed. Option B. 5 miles per hour below your safe speed. Option C. 15 miles per hour below your safe speed. The correct answer is B. 5 miles per hour below your safe speed. Applying the brakes on a steep decline requires a firm application until the vehicle slows down to exactly 5 miles per hour below your selected safe target speed. Question 38. How far from the nearest rail must a vehicle stop at a railroad crossing if required to stop? Option A. Between 5 and 15 feet. Option B. Between 15 and 50 feet. Option C. Between 50 and 100 feet. The correct answer is B. Between 15 and 50 feet. Bringing a hazmat vehicle to a mandatory halt at railroad tracks means stopping no closer than 15 feet and no further than 50 feet from the nearest rail. Question 39. How does the body remove the majority of alcohol from the bloodstream? Option A. By taking a cold shower or drinking coffee to speed up metabolism. Option B. Through the liver at a fixed rate of about 1/3 ounce per hour. Option C. Through breathing and perspiration. The correct answer is A. By taking a cold shower or drinking coffee to speed up metabolism. Waiting to sober up is the only option, because the human liver processes alcohol at an unchangeable, fixed rate of roughly 1/3 ounce per hour. Question 40. What factors determine how high your blood alcohol concentration, BAC, will rise? Option A. It only depends on the type of alcohol consumed. Option B. The amount of alcohol you drink, how fast you drink it, and your body weight. Option C. Your height and whether you have eaten before drinking. The correct answer is B. The amount of alcohol you drink, how fast you drink it, and your body weight. Downing several drinks quickly will cause BAC to skyrocket much faster in a lightweight person than in a heavier individual who drinks slowly. Question 41. A lot of test takers get this wrong. Listen closely. If you must stop on the shoulder of a one-way or divided highway, where should you place your reflective warning triangles? Option A. 10 feet, 100 feet, and 200 feet toward approaching traffic. Option B. 10 feet in front, 10 feet behind, and 100 feet behind. Option C. 50 feet, 100 feet, and 150 feet behind the vehicle. The correct answer is A. 10 feet, 100 feet, and 200 feet toward approaching traffic. Securing a breakdown on an interstate shoulder requires placing warning devices at 10 feet, 100 feet, and 200 feet behind the vehicle facing approaching traffic. Question 42. Heads up. This next one is highly challenging. In a drive-wheel braking skid, what should you do after taking your foot off the brake? Option A. Accelerate immediately to regain traction. Option B. Turn the steering wheel quickly in the opposite direction, countersteer. Option C. Pull the parking brake lever. The correct answer is B. Turn the steering wheel quickly in the opposite direction, countersteer. Recovering from a spin-out requires coming off the brake and immediately countersteering back the other way to catch the slide before the vehicle jackknifes. Question 43. Heads up. This next one is highly challenging. At an intersection with two right turn lanes, which lane should a large vehicle take? Option A. The rightmost turn lane, outside lane. Option B. The leftmost turn lane, inside lane. Option C. Straddle both lanes. The correct answer is A. The rightmost turn lane, outside lane. Executing a tight turn at a dual-lane intersection, always choose the far right lane to prevent crushing smaller cars on your passenger side. Question 44. Pay attention. Many drivers miss this question. How do you correct a drive-wheel braking skid? Option A. Stop braking and countersteer immediately. Option B. Pump the brakes rapidly and steer straight. Option C. Accelerate hard and pull the trailer hand valve. The correct answer is A. Stop braking and countersteer immediately. Experiencing a spin-out because the rear drive wheels locked up requires releasing the brakes to regain traction and immediately countersteering to straighten the rig. Question 45. What is the rule for calculating the safe following distance for a heavy vehicle traveling under 40 miles per hour? Option A. 1 second for every 10 feet of vehicle length. Option B. 1 second for every 20 feet of vehicle length. Option C. 2 seconds for every 10 feet of vehicle length. The correct answer is A. 1 second for every 10 feet of vehicle length. Tailgating in the city must be avoided by keeping a space of 1 second for every 10 feet of vehicle length to brake in time. Question 46. What class of fire extinguisher should be used on an electrical fire? Option A. Class A. Option B. Water-based. Option C. Class B, C or A, B, C. The correct answer is C. Class B, C or A, B, C. Smothering a dangerous wire fire in the dash requires a B, C or A, B, C dry chemical extinguisher, as using water will cause a severe shock. Question 47. What is the federal requirement for the aggregate working load limit of a securement system? Option A. It must be at least 1/4 times the weight of the article. Option B. It must be equal to the total weight of the article. Option C. It must be at least 1/2 times the weight of the article or group of articles. The correct answer is C. It must be at least 1/2 times the weight of the article or group of articles. Selecting straps for a heavy load requires verifying that the aggregate working load limit is at least 1/2 times the weight of the article. Question 48. Why is night driving more dangerous than daytime driving? Option A. The engine runs hotter without the sun. Option B. Headlights only illuminate 50 feet ahead. Option C. Drivers cannot see hazards as quickly and have less time to respond. The correct answer is C. Drivers cannot see hazards as quickly and have less time to respond. Operating a truck after sunset severely limits visibility, meaning drivers cannot spot potential hazards quickly enough to take evasive action. Question 49. Get ready. This one requires your full focus. What happens when too little weight is placed on the driving axles? Option A. The front steering becomes dangerously heavy and sluggish. Option B. The drive wheels may spin easily, causing poor traction. Option C. The trailer's tandem axles will bear a disproportionate load, risking tire blowouts. The correct answer is B. The drive wheels may spin easily, causing poor traction. Accelerating on a slick road with an empty trailer can be difficult because too little weight on the driving axles causes poor traction and drive wheels may spin easily. Question 50. What is road rage? Option A. Being annoyed by heavy traffic. Option B. Operating a motor vehicle with the intent of doing harm to others. Option C. Changing lanes frequently without notice. The correct answer is B. Operating a motor vehicle with the intent of doing harm to others. Encountering hostile behavior where another driver actively attempts to assault you or physically ram your vehicle is defined as severe road rage. Thanks for watching. Good luck on your CDL exam.